Hi friends! So today I wanted to rebuild the short block from this Renault 5 GT turbo engine, but I ran into a little problem. So this is one of the pistons I removed from the engine last week. And I know this sounds super dumb, but after looking at it a little better, I noticed that these pistons have pressed wrist pins. The cars I normally work on have floating wrist pins, which means you can remove this little pin by hand and then remove the piston from the conrod, because I want to reuse the conrod. But for this kind of piston you need a press, and I don't have a press, which means I cannot assemble the new piston today. Luckily we have many other things to do, so today I'm going to install the new cylinder sleeves, the crankshaft and the timing chain. And then I'll take the pistons with me and take them to a shop and install them once they're ready. Luckily that won't matter for you guys, because I'll edit everything into one long video, but I just wanted to tell you what's going on. I just unpacked the cylinder sleeves and look at how pretty they are. That's awesome. And these are the seals that go on the underside. For those of you that haven't watched my previous video, I've already sanded and cleaned all the surfaces on the short block. So that's why I'm going to install everything right away. I did clean the surface where this gasket's going to be one last time, just to make sure there's no dust or anything on there. Oh, look at that for a moment. That's so sick. I want to turn the engine upside down so I can install the crankshaft, but first I'm going to install these bolts with these big rings to keep the cylinder sleeves in place so that they don't fall out, because it would be a shame if they fall out. Just like that. I did already clean and sand all these surfaces last week, but everything got a bit dirty from turning the engine all the time. So that's why I'm cleaning it again for now, so we can install the main bearings. By the way, I'm not measuring which size I'm needing, because I don't know how to do it myself. I did get everything measured by someone who does know, but I didn't film it because I still have to learn to do it myself. Alright, these are the bearings I'm going to use. I'll take them out of the packaging for you. Well, and for myself, because I gotta install them. So these are the ones that go on the underside when the engine's flipped over. The other ones don't have holes in them that go into the caps. I'm now going to clean them and then put them in place. I am doing this with my bare hands because it's really hard to do with gloves on, because you can't really feel anything, and I'm trying to be really careful when installing these parts. Now onto the thrust bearings that go on both sides, right here and right here. There's only two of them. I think you can install these after installing the crankshaft as well, but I'm not 100% sure, and this works fine as well, so that's why I'm installing them right now. But please let me know if you can do it afterwards as well, because I'm curious. Okay, so I've just cleaned the crankshaft before I'm going to install it, and now I'm putting some oil on the bearings. I know it would have been better if I had used assembly lube, but I totally forgot to order it, and since I work like 24/7, I didn't really have time to get it today or this week either. So this will have to do for now. And now that that's all oiled up, I'm going to install the crankshaft. This time I did not forget to put a new seal around here before installing the crankshaft, because last time I forgot, which made it a little bit harder. Yeah, that's it. Now it's time to install these caps, but first I gotta place the new bearings. Oh, and like I said, these don't have holes in them, so these are for the caps. I've already prepared these caps off camera, but I'm going to clean them one more time before I install the new bearings, because better safe than sorry, right? I've put some oil on the inside of the caps as well. Alright, so the crankshaft's installed and all the caps are torqued to spec. Okay, so I flipped the engine to install the timing chain, and I know that really wasn't necessary, but it just doesn't feel right to install a timing chain with the engine upside down. So yeah, let's go. Alright, the timing marks still line up perfectly. I actually wanted to install the timing chain cover as well, but I just found out that I don't have the gasket, so I'm ordering one right now, and then we'll install the cover next time. Now I'm gonna go home and take the pistons with me, and I'll get back to you once they're done. Hi, I'm back, and I've got the pistons. Wait, let me put them down so I can show it. Alright, so these are the old pistons and the old wrist pins. Okay. And these are the new ones with the old conrods, and there's still zip ties on them. I marked them on color, so I don't switch them up and everything can go back into the same place it came from. Not that it really matters because everything's new, but you know, why not? Because I did label them. Yeah, these new piston rings are already on here. I got them in the mail like this, so I only have to turn them so that the ring gaps are separated by 120 degrees. Yeah, and I think we can just go on and install the pistons. Oh, and by the way, I marked the end caps with the same color as the con rods, because it is important not to switch these up. So yeah, that's good. Okay, I've put everything on my workbench in the right order, so now I can safely remove the zip ties, because I'm not going to switch anything up anymore. And now let's remove the old bearings so we can place the new ones. Some of them already fell off, so that's why I'm only removing 6 out of 8. Now let's clean everything and put the new bearings in place. Like I said, I'm now going to turn the piston rings a bit so that the openings don't face each other. Now let's install them in the engine. I'm using this tool to compress the piston rings so that they can slide into the cylinder sleeves. Okay, let's try to put this piston back in place. I did oil up the inside of the bearing. And I'm starting off with cylinder 1 and 4 because they're at the top. That's it. Oh, that looks fresh. Now let's go and do cylinder 4, and then I'm going to install both end caps at once. I'm now going to install the end caps, which will be a bit hard to film, but then you know what I'm doing. Alright, piston 1 and 4 are in place. Now let's turn the engine 180 degrees and install the remaining 2. And on to the last one. Now all I have left to do is install the last 2 end caps, and then I'm done rebuilding the short block. That looks amazing with the new cylinder sleeves and the new pistons. I wish I had the money to do this with my own 340 project, but I'm really happy that I replaced everything for this engine. Okay, so in terms of assembling, all I have left to do today is install these valve tappets. And then I'm going to repaint the last 3 parts, because like I said earlier in this project, I do want to repaint something every time I'm here, so I don't have to repaint everything in one go. And then next time I'm here, I'm going to rebuild the cylinder head and then the rest of the engine. So then we can finish everything in one go. So that's why I'm going to paint in a sec. But I did want to install the valve tappets because that's the last part that goes into the short block. And I know myself. And there's a chance that I'm going to install the cylinder head without installing the valve tappets if I don't do it right now. Okay, so these are all the parts that I gotta repaint. So it's these 2 alternator brackets and then this little pipe that connects these 2 hoses. I still gotta remove the hoses, but you get the idea. And these 2 little brackets that go on top of the valve cover. Okay, so I did clean all these parts a bit in the sink, and now I'm just going to sand everything using some 240 grit sanding paper. Alright, as usual, I've put all the parts right here in the air, so it's a bit easier to repaint them. Now let's go and degrease everything and then paint everything black. I'm done repainting the last parts, which means I'm going to call it a day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!